Professor Stephen Hawking has joined a legal action that is aimed at preventing greater privatisation in the NHS, in the latest phase of his ongoing dispute with Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt. A lawsuit already exists that is seeking to prevent the establishment of what are called accountable care organisations (ACOs) in the NHS, which threaten to ration certain resources within the system. Professor Hawking told The Guardian newspaper, "I am concerned that accountable care organisations are an attack on the fundamental principles of the NHS. They have not been established by statute, and they appear to be being used for reducing public expenditure, for cutting services, and for allowing private companies to receive and benefit from significant sums of public money for organizing and providing services." ACOs are commonplace in U.S. healthcare systems. In August, Professor Hawking accused the Conservatives underfunding the NHS, and accused the Health Secretary of misrepresenting research to provide misleading statistics about the organization. Mr. Hunt claimed Professor Hawking was wrong to suggest the NHS was being turned into a hostile insurance system. The lawsuit is intended to prevent the introduction of ACOs without them first being subject to parliamentary scrutiny. "I am joining this legal action because the NHS is being taken in a direction which I oppose, as I stated in August, without proper public and parliamentary scrutiny, consultations and debate," said Professor Hawking. "I want the attention of the people of England to be drawn to what is happening, and for those who are entrusted with responsibility for the NHS to account openly for themselves in public, and to be judged accordingly." Alison Pollock, a professor of public health and one of the 4 people who instigated the legal action in October, said, "We are honored and delighted that Professor Stephen Hawking, who cares so deeply about the NHS, is joining this legal action. The details of these ACOs must be published and consulted on before they progress any further. This should be the first rule of good and transparent administration for the NHS," she added. "If Jeremy Hunt and Simon Stevens won't budge, then this is the moment that everybody needs to come together and say clearly that the NHS is ours, and that we're going to fight to keep it that way." The Department of Health said, "We strongly resist the misleading claims in this action. It is irresponsible scaremongering to suggest that accountable care organizations are being used to support privatization and harm the fundamental principles of the NHS. The NHS will remain a taxpayer-funded system free at the point of use. ACOs are simply about making care more joined up between different health and care organizations." More about NHS Stephen Hawking. Jeremy Hunt reused content.